Well, so that does it. The series finale is in the books. Episode number 6 of season 8, Game of Thrones. And boom, we start with Tyrion and Jon and Davos checking through all the rubble of the city. Uh-oh, the red marker not looking good early on. They're checking out the rubble, all the damage, the dead bodies. Looks like Tyrion is headed right for the Red Keep, hoping maybe that Cersei and Jaime made it out. Still don't know why all of a sudden he cared so much about Cersei, but alright, it was his sister at the end of the day. Grey Worm still seeing red. Him and Jon have words. They stumble upon Grey Worm. He's got 5 Lannister soldiers down on their knees, ready to cut their throats. Jon tries to tell him to show some mercy. The war's over. Grey Worm says no deal. Cuts her throat as Jon goes to look for Daenerys. Tyrion does, in fact, find Jaime and Cersei down there in the pits, underneath the Red Keep, in the rubble. They appear to be in pretty good shape, though, actually. Dead as fuck, but in pretty good shape, considering. So then we get the big scene with Dany and her army outside on the steps, marching, the dragon behind her. The Unsullied looks to be in full force once again. We get General Grey Worm announced here. Arya looking madder than hell during all of this. Dany's giving some crazy talk, talking about ruling the world from Winterfell to Dorne. Tyrion's hearing it, not liking it. He tosses the hand, still in disgust after seeing Cersei and Jaime both dead. He's officially done with Dany, knowing what it means for him. He's not killed right there on the spot, but he is taken prisoner. Jon goes to talk to Tyrion while Tyrion's a prisoner. Tyrion, boy, he spent a lot of this show being a prisoner. So here at the end, this time Jon going to visit him in a King's Landing dungeon or wherever they're keeping him. Gives Jon Snow some night watch talk, all right? You know, you're still here to guard the realms of men, you know, whether if you got that cloak on or not. Daenerys, finally, we get our big scene with Dany in the throne room, the one we've been waiting for all along. Not exactly what we figured, what we thought. She puts her hand on the throne about the time Jon walks in the room. Up to this point, the whole time, Jon still had her back. But this is when, the bittersweet ending, like George R. R. Martin had said all along. Not that this was quite the ending, but they embrace. It looks like Jon's ready to say, fuck it, let's go crazy, let's rule the world together. But he does not. He stabs Dany right in the gut as they're kissing. She falls. Drogon shows up. He was waiting right outside the door. He's obviously pissed off his mom's been killed. Just lets Jon live, melts the throne, melts what's left of the throne room, but lets Jon live. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe a dragon can't kill a Targaryen. Maybe he knew. He grabs Dany, takes her dead body off, flying off to who knows where. Mentioned later on, maybe Bran will go look for him, but who cares now? The show's over. So whatever, Drogon survives. He's out there. That's how that ends. Who cares if Bran finds him? Anyhow, so zoop, fast forward a few weeks here now. Jon's been taken prisoner. Tyrion's been taken prisoner, wondering like, holy shit, what the fuck are they going to do? Well, I don't know. They took him prisoner, apparently. So all of a sudden, everybody's there at Winterfell. Sansa, Arya, Lord Edmure showing back up, finally. That little fucking Aaron kid's there. Everybody's there. We got a new Prince of Dorne, apparently. Brienne Tarth, the whole crew, Yara's still there. Her and Grey Worm seem the only ones that are still okay with Daenerys. Yara wasn't there. Yara didn't see it. But Grey Worm, he's still a killer. He's still hot. In fact, Grey Worm ends up taking a ship, headed off, although Missandei's dead, he's still going to live that. He finally cools down a little bit. Lets him choose a king. He knows he's no king, and that's what it comes down to. They're just going to choose a king. It's like, well, what are we going to do with Jon? What are we going to do with Tyrion? Tyrion suggests they choose a king. Sam kind of wants some kind of democratic vote. Everybody laughs that off. So they're, the power brokers, the 10 to 15 people of Westeros. They choose Bran. Bran the Broken is who's gonna rule the Iron Throne. Although there is no throne, it was completely melted down. Bran is the king. He knew it all along. He's just been waiting for this whole thing to play itself out. He's ready to be king. Grey Worm, still a little mad, but whatever. He's cool. He's like, whatever. Jon's gonna go to the wall. Tyrion's gonna be the hand. I guess I can live with that. I'll get on a ship. Jon's going to the wall. Him and Grey Worm. Fuck it. At this point, Grey Worm should have just hopped off that ship and they had a little one-on-one. But it didn't happen. All right, so he's on his ship. Jon's off to the wall. Tyrion, once again, his third time being the hand of the king, the queen. This time he's the hand of Bran the Broken. The North is free. Sansa makes a deal, brokers a little deal with Bran as soon as he becomes king. They're going to be North. She gets to become queen of the North. Out of all the King of the North scenes the Starks got throughout the show, we got Robb got a King of the North scene, Jon got a cool King of the North scene. We get a brief scene at the end with Sansa being Queen of the North. Brienne gives Jaime a little write-up in the book. You know, Jaime didn't have a whole lot written about him. Now she went on and wrote an entire fucking novel about all the great things Jaime did. Bran does, in fact, get his castle. All right, they come through. Sir Podrick, now a knight. Well, you know, we're wrapping it up. They pretty much are wrapping it up. We're wrapping it up. Arya's going west. Apparently, Arya's a flat earther. She doesn't realize if she just keeps going west and west and west, she's going to end up in the east. She doesn't want to go there. All right, so Arya's a flat earther. Now we know. She might have been the prince who was promised. We'll never really know. Sansa, like I said, is the Queen of the North. Jon at the wall with the free folk. Ghost, Tormund's there. They're walking off to the woods. Looks like we got some giants. All right. Boom. That does it. Game of Thrones is all over. Well, if you tuned into this channel for Game of Thrones reviews, that's it. I appreciate it. Hey, stick around, though. I know you're probably not a big fish fan, but we do other things occasionally. All right. Boom. Boom.